Hey guys, Case27 here. It is April 26th, 2013. I just want to share a quick armor update with you guys. I know it's been a long time, and the last video you saw was that of my finished JFO and my finished Recon. And just recently, I finished all the Pepakura for my Spartan III costume, and I wanted to kind of go through and just show you guys all the pieces that I built and what I've been up to for the past few months. So anyway, just hold on a sec and we'll walk through the pieces starting from the bottom up. So first off, we have the boot. This is Caladier's foam templates, and I just basically followed his instructions, added a little bit of my own detailing here along the side, a few battle damage marks just up here on the top, things like that. A little bit of foamies on the sole and everything. But this is a really nice template from what I've seen so far. It feels really sturdy, it's got some good flexibility in it, and hopefully it'll work well for walking around a convention all day. Anyway, the only, I guess, big modification I've done to it is just a little strap in the top here, and that just clicks into place just like that. Holds it nice and tight, keeps your foot in there nice and tight, and it's just a really snug feeling, and it feels really nice. So anyway, that's the boot. Moving on, we have Forge Reclaimer Shin. Two of these. One is actually resined. This is just the paper one that I just completed. Haven't got the chance to resin it yet, due to it being so cold outside. So just pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I think what I'll end up doing to actually make this wearable is cut out the back part here and use kind of the same straps that I used on the boot to make it a nice click thing, but just so that I can get my leg in there much easier than having to wiggle my foot down through that hole. So anyway, that's the Shin. Next up we have the Gungnir knees. Also I have one of these resin, but this is the paper one. Just a little bit of reinforcement in the back. Anyway, another great file by Forge Reclaimer. Just need to do a little bit of detailing with it when I get to the whole resin and hardening stage. But it's looking pretty good so far, and just really simple, but really effective. Also by Forge Reclaimer, since my whole leg is pretty much his files, the thigh. And again, I have two of these. This is actually the resin version. But it's also a really nice file, really great details in it. As you can see there on the side, this is a little ridge piece that's all done in paper. That's also all done in paper. That's the little black kind of stretchy stuff on the inner thigh. And another great file. Alright, next up we have the cod, and this one's done by Road Warrior. I actually had to remake this one after my dad ran it over in the garage when it was resined. And it took a little while, but it's a really good file. I'm going to have to probably put some elastic into the rim to actually make it wearable. Just threw a little bit of supports in it now to help keep it shaped during resin and everything. But great details on this one as well. Now, working up towards the upper body, we have the Forearm, starting off, by JTM 1997. Pretty good friend of mine on the 405th. It's really, really detailed, and I actually excluded some of it, including this little knot here. Just some things that I thought were almost just too much to do out of paper and would be much easier to do out of foam or something easier. So this one's just been resined. Both of them are actually resin right now. I still need to go through and harden them. Just have some colored pencils here for reinforcement, and it's looking pretty good. I'm going to have a forearm attachment on one of these. It'll probably be the tack pad kind of thing, stick my phone in there, something of that nature. Moving back to Forge Reclaimer's files, this is his bicep. As you can see, I started a little bit of reinforcement there. I'll probably redo that and continue to do the whole thing. Anyhow, it barely fits me as of now, but it does fit me, and given that I just finished all the Pepakura and I've been doing Pepakura for pretty consistently over the last month or two now, I'm not too inclined to redo it. So if I have to later on, I will, but for right now I'm satisfied with this. And going on to the shoulder attachment, this is the Odst Shoulder. I think it's done by Kiru. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who knows. But this one is almost done. It's been hardened with some fiberglass, some Rondo on the inside, and started to be smoothed out on the outside. It's looking really good so far. Just need to add a few details, finish painting it. A little bit of knots here and there that I got to fill in with a little bit of Bondo. But shouldn't be too much longer for this guy to be done. Now, the biggest one is something that I just finished redoing everything for last night, and that's the new chest. This is L3X Blue River's chest 4.0. If anybody followed my 4/5 thread, I made a chest 3.0, and that's this one here. It's not a bad chest. I started doing work on it. But I'm getting a little bit of warpage down here. It's a little bit uneven. The details aren't that great. It just really wasn't that well made. And the fiberglass putty that I used on the inside, all that green stuff that you also saw in the bicep and the shoulder piece, isn't as effective as fiberglass resin and the cloths. So I think with the new one, I'm just going to stick to that as opposed to the jelly at all. So anyway, that's the old chest. And then this, not resined or anything or hardened at all, is the new chest. And I'll bump him out of the way. I also had to remake it because the other chest was getting too small. I made that back almost 3 years ago, I have to say. And I haven't grown a whole lot, but I've grown enough so that I felt needed to make this. And this is so much more detailed. It's incredibly accurate, and it's just a great file. I didn't include every single detail. As you can see, these side parts I didn't actually cut out, but that'll be easily done by drilling through and reinforcing with some mesh or something. But like I was saying, just phenomenal detailing on the back there. And this turned out really well. I did a little bit of reinforcement in the front, you can see in there, with some cardboard just to help it keep its shape. And it turned out really, really well. So, going along with the chest, we also have quite a few actually, attachments, foam pieces, neck seals, etc. So I'll go and show those to you real quick. These are going to be the side pieces for what you saw on paper here. I'm going to replace those with these foam pieces that I actually made for the previous chest. And these are just little pieces that'll fold around, just like that. And I'll stick them through my shoulder just like that, and they'll sit there kind of on the chest and fill in that gap where the paper is right now. So I've made two of those. Kind of difficult to make. I don't have the templates for these. These are all freehand, so I'm sorry I can't provide those. Another piece of Pepakura is the armor ability attachment. This is your sprint, your hologram, active camo, etc. This was made by JTM 1997. Really great file, really smooth. Cut out a little bit in the back to pour some Rondo in there to harden it when I finally get around to that. And also have these little areas cut out here for possibly some LEDs, most likely some LEDs later on in the future. And this will just sit here on the back, kind of like so. And I'll just find some way to attach that there, and I'll be able to sprint faster apparently. So, anyhow, now for up close and personal stuff, I made the collar breacher attachment, and it has a few pieces. This is the actual collar itself, made out of Pepakura by Rhonium Costuming. Thank you very much. That'll stick on the top of the chest like this. Obviously, it's a collar. Next piece is this little centerpiece that goes in the middle of the chest, and it's just kind of a little detailed doodad. And then finally on the bottom, the meat of the collar breacher is this. This is the shotgun shell rack. This was completely made by scratch. This is Anakura Armory on it. That was hand done. I know they're not the best circles in the world, but when looking at from the front, I think it turned out really good. It has the little fabric strapping there in the front. It's made out of plastic card, so it's nice and sturdy, and I think it'll look pretty good on the chest once everything's said and done. Alright, so the last two little doodads with the chest are the neck seal and the ab plate. So this is the neck seal. This will fit it on the chest, just kind of fill in that gap in between the chest and my helmet, JFO obviously, and it built by freehand. Used Thorn 696's idea for these little foamies here to create this nice kind of effect, and that'll sit in on the chest here. Hold on just a second. So what I'll do is I'll put this on me first, and then put it on the chest, and then kind of Velcro it together. That's why you saw it was Velcroed in the back. And anyhow, once everything's all done with it, it'll look something like that. Obviously not red and green because it's not Christmas anymore. But that is the neck seal. So, last piece, out of Pepakura and hard armor anyways, is a little ab plate. Just real simple little thing. It'll go right here, obviously, on the chest piece. This I'll actually attach to my undersuit, not the chest, just because I think it'll stay better here. I'll get a little bit better mobility, be able to twist and bend, all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, that's all the armor pieces that I've built so far. The weather is nice outside now, so hopefully I can get around to resining, hardening, smoothing, painting, all that good stuff, and I'll keep you guys updated as it comes along. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, stay tuned. Cadis out.